Introduction. Why daily habits shape self-belief. You don't build self-belief in a single moment. You build it through repetition, through what you say to yourself, what you do when no one's watching, and what you choose to practice every single day. This isn't about hype. It's not about believing in yourself on command. It's about habits, because your habits shape your identity, and your identity shapes what you believe is possible. So if you want stronger self-belief, you don't wait for it, you build it. That's what this audiobook is for. Daily actions that prove to yourself, over and over, that you're capable, consistent, and worthy of trust. Now let's begin the journey with Chapter 1. Identity, the root of self-belief. Here is your next narration, ready chapter. Chapter 1. Identity, the root of self-belief. Self-belief doesn't start with effort, it starts with identity, because what you do consistently flows from who you believe you are. If you think of yourself as inconsistent, you'll act inconsistently. If you believe you're someone who always quits, you'll keep proving that belief true, even when you don't want to. So the question is, what identity are you living by? Not just in your head, but in your habits. Maybe it sounds like, I'm not a morning person. I'm bad with follow-through. I just don't have discipline. These aren't facts. They're scripts, and scripts can be rewritten. That's where identity work begins, not with trying to be perfect, but with choosing one new identity to practice. Something real, grounded, positive, forward-facing. Maybe it's, I'm learning to trust myself. I'm becoming someone who shows up. I'm building consistency, one small win at a time. Your job isn't to feel confident right away. Your job is to act in alignment with who you're becoming, even before it feels natural. Every time you do, you reinforce the new identity. And with it, your self-belief gets stronger. Chapter 2. The power of a morning frame. How you begin your day isn't just about time management. It's about identity activation. Because the first few moments of your morning send a message to your brain. This is who I am today. And most people start accidentally. Scrolling, reacting, dreading. They wake up into chaos and wonder why they feel behind all day. You don't need a perfect morning routine, but you do need a conscious one. Just 2 minutes is enough to frame the day intentionally. Here's one simple practice. The morning frame. 3 simple prompts. Identity reminder. Today, I am someone who blank. Example. Today, I'm someone who follows through. 1 win to aim for. I'll feel proud today if I ambus. Example. Send the email I've been avoiding. Self-talk primer. The voice in my head will say, Bog. Example. You've done hard things before. You've got this. Write these down. Say them aloud. Even better, record yourself and listen back. Why? Because repetition rewires identity. You're not just planning your day. You're preloading your belief. And the more often you do it, the more automatic that belief becomes. Remember, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You rise to the level of your systems. And your morning frame is the first system that fuels your self-belief. Chapter 3. Micro wins and momentum. Belief doesn't start with big victories. It starts with small wins, done consistently. Why? Because the brain doesn't need grand gestures to form identity. It needs evidence, and every time you follow through on something, no matter how small, you give your brain evidence. I am the kind of person who takes action. What's a micro win? A micro win is a task that's quick, under 5 minutes. Low resistance. Tangibly complete. Examples. Making your bed, drinking a glass of water, sending the text you've been avoiding. moving your body for 2 minutes, cleaning your space for 1 song length. These aren't about productivity. They're about identity reinforcement. They whisper to your subconscious, you follow through, you keep promises, you act. How momentum builds. The magic of micro wins is in the compounding effect. One small win leads to another, then another, and suddenly your day, which started sluggish, has momentum. This isn't just psychological, it's biological. Action triggers dopamine. Dopamine increases motivation. Motivation fuels more action. It's not hype, it's chemistry. Micro wins for self-belief. Choose 3 per day. 1 morning, win 1 midday win, 1 evening reset. You don't have to track them obsessively. Just choose them with intention. When you feel stuck, overwhelmed, or doubtful, return to this. What's one small thing I can finish in the next 5 minutes? That's where belief begins. Chapter 4. The Confidence Loop. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build through behavior, and the process is simpler than people think. It goes like this. Action to evidence to belief, do to prove to become. Step 1. Take aligned action. You don't wait to feel confident. You act in alignment with who you want to become. Want to be more disciplined? Start with 1 kept promise. Want to be more expressive? Share 1 honest sentence. Want to be more grounded? Breathe intentionally for 30 seconds. Action leads belief, not the other way around. Step 2. Collect the evidence. After you act, notice it. Most people skip this. They finally follow through, then immediately beat themselves up for not doing more. Pause. Reflect. Say to yourself, that was a win. That's like me. That's who I'm becoming. Because the brain remembers what you celebrate. Self-trust grows through acknowledged action. Step 3. Let belief compound. Each win adds to your identity bank. You're no longer just trying to be confident. You have proof. That's the difference between wishful thinking and embodied confidence. Wish. I hope I can do this. Belief. I've done this before. Confidence. I do things like this now. That's the loop. The confidence loop works both ways. There's also a reverse loop, inaction to doubt to avoidance. Break it early, start small, finish something, celebrate it, then keep the cycle going, forward. Chapter 5. The Mirror. Talk method. There's a difference between thinking something and saying it out loud. Your nervous system responds differently. Your brain encodes it more deeply. Your belief starts to shift faster. That's why mirror work is so powerful. It's awkward at first, but over time, it becomes transformative. What is mirror talk? It's a daily 1 to 2 minute ritual where you speak directly to yourself in the mirror, with intention. Not just affirmations, but affirming dialogue. Look yourself in the eye. Use your name. Speak who you're becoming. Hey, your name. I know you've doubted yourself in the past, but I see how you're showing up. You're learning. You're growing. You're not there yet, but you're not who you were. Why? It works. Visual connection. Eye contact strengthens self-recognition. Auditory input. Hearing your own voice affirms belief. Embodiment. You're no longer passively thinking. You're practicing. It shifts your identity through repetition and emotion. Your 3-part script. Acknowledge yesterday. You made progress. You followed through. I'm proud of that. Affirm today. Today you'll act like someone who trusts themselves. 1 step at a time. Anchor identity. You're becoming someone reliable, someone worthy, someone strong. Do this for 7 days straight, just once a day. You'll notice the voice in your head becoming more supportive, even when you're not in front of the mirror, because how you speak to yourself becomes how you see yourself. Chapter 6. The as-if protocol. Confidence doesn't always come before action. Sometimes it follows action. That's where the as-if protocol comes in. It's a simple shift. Act as if you already believed. What it's not. Not faking it. Not pretending. Not putting on a mask. It's practicing belief through behavior before it feels natural. Want to be someone who leads? Speak up once today. Want to be someone who's calm? Slow your breath and pace your movements. Want to be someone who finishes things? Pick one task and complete it fully. The power of as if. You're not waiting for permission. You're not waiting for the feeling. You're demonstrating belief before it's fully formed. And your brain catches on, because action teaches the mind, oh, this is who we are now. The key rule, small and specific. Don't go overboard. Pick one behavior, anchor it to one moment, and execute it like it's already true. I am someone who honors their word. So today, you return that call. I am someone who moves toward discomfort. So today, you submit the application. I am someone who is worth listening to. So today, you speak clearly, once without apologizing. This is how the as if becomes real, not through fantasy, through follow-through. Chapter 7. The Night Review. Confidence isn't just built in the morning, it's reinforced at night. Your final thoughts shape your self-image. Your brain consolidates memories during sleep, and what you notice before bed becomes what you believe. So let's install a simple practice to close the day with strength. The 3-minute night review. Right before bed, ask yourself 3 questions. What did I follow through on today? No matter how small. When did I act like my ideal self? Even briefly, name it. What do I want to reinforce tomorrow? Choose one word. Focus, presence, courage, etc. Write it down if possible, or speak it softly to yourself. Why it works. Reinforces success. You teach your brain, that's who I am. Closes identity gaps. Even if you stumbled, you notice where you did a line and carry that forward. Improves sleep quality. Gratitude and review reduce mental clutter. Optional. Bonus. Night affirmation. End with this line. I'm proud of how I showed up today. I'm growing, and I will rise again tomorrow. Then rest. Your subconscious will keep the momentum going. Chapter 8. Belief. Boundaries. Self-belief is not just built, it must be protected. Even strong confidence can erode in toxic environments. That's why one of the most powerful habits isn't internal, it's environmental. It's setting boundaries that protect your becoming. Here's the truth. Every time you absorb constant criticism, negativity, or comparison, your identity takes a hit, not all at once, but slowly, until one day you stop trusting your own voice. Boundary number 1. Media inputs. Audit what you consume. Do your feeds inspire you or drain you? Are you comparing yourself to polished illusions? Are you scrolling before bed and waking up feeling behind? Belief is shaped by attention. Guard yours wisely. Boundary number 2. Conversations. You don't need to explain your growth to everyone. If someone mocks your goals, dismisses your efforts, or always plays devil's advocate, that's not feedback, that's erosion. You can love someone and set limits on what you share. Boundary number 3. Your own inner critic. Yes. Sometimes you are the one crossing your own boundaries. Pay attention to the way you speak to yourself when you make a mistake. Would you speak that way to someone you cared about? Then don't do it to yourself. Belief boundaries are an act of self-respect. They're not selfish, they're sacred. Protect the space where your confidence lives. Chapter 9. Repetition rewires. Reality. One great affirmation doesn't change a belief. One good day doesn't rewrite your identity, but repetition does. Repetition is the mother of integration. Here's what that means. Your brain learns by what it sees and hears often. So the thoughts you repeat, the stories you tell, the habits you do daily, they become real, not just emotionally, neurologically. This is why you show up daily, not because you need to be perfect, but because your brain is always listening. If you want to believe you are disciplined, practice being disciplined daily in one small way. If you want to believe you are worthy, speak to yourself daily in a way that affirms that worth. You don't need intensity. You need consistency. Self-belief is not a performance. It's a pattern, and you create that pattern by what you repeat and what you refuse to repeat. Chapter 10. The Self-Belief Stack. Let's bring it all together. Belief is not built by chance. It's stacked, one habit at a time. Here's your stack. Morning anchor. Set your focus and energy. Mirror talk. Reinforce your identity with spoken affirmations. As if, action. Act like the person you're becoming. Night review. Lock in progress and self-recognition. Belief boundaries. Guard your environment. Repetition. Show up consistently. Each one feeds the next. It becomes a loop, a flywheel, that rewires your self-image from the inside out. This isn't about being perfect. It's about becoming consistent. When you miss a step, return gently. When you fall, stand back up with intention. Your identity is not fixed. It's practiced. And every time you practice belief, you reinforce it. Conclusion. This is who you're becoming. This audiobook wasn't just about habits. It was about you and the story you're willing to tell yourself now. The old story that you're inconsistent, undisciplined, not enough. That story is expired. Here's the new one. You are someone who shows up, even when it's hard. You are someone who is learning to trust themselves. You are someone who is becoming, and no one gets to define that but you. You've learned the tools, morning routines with intention, mirror work with presence, thought audits with compassion, belief building through repetition. Now, you live the process. Self-belief isn't about hype, it's about honor. The quiet kind, built through habits no one sees, but you feel it, and soon others will too. If this journey has helped you, consider subscribing to Be Believe. Become TV for more audiobook chapters, self-talk resets, and identity-building tools. Your next chapter starts now. Let's go.